somebody's property. You know that you don't own it. So who would just, I mean, what kind of an idiot, I'm sorry, but what kind of an idiot would it take to just stop here somewhere and just go out on somebody's land? You don't do that. We don't have to actually learn right from wrong. You know right from wrong instantly. You know, when you're born, you get old enough to start figuring out things. You know, you learn right from wrong. But there's people that do. That's the sad part. People at deer season, they're so desperate to get a deer, I guess, or to be stupid that they'll go out on somebody's place hunting without permission. I've known several people that done that. They say, well, then people don't own the deer. Well, of course they don't own the deer, but they own the land that you're going out and shooting it on. Here's an old cemetery. Fox Cemetery. But this camera I'm using is a Drift HD Ghost. It's by Drift Innovations. I could have opted to get a GoPro. I mean, this one, it does as good as video. It's not the 4K one. Like, it's not the, you know, it don't do 4K, but it still does 1080p, 30 frames per second. And for YouTube videos, it's still pretty good quality. And I like the way it mounts on the helmet, because it, instead of being a GoPro, I put it on the side of my helmet, but instead of being like a GoPro and sticking out there so far, this thing is lower profile. It sets in more, not sticking out so far on the side. I believe that's somebody sleeping on that cot outside. That's what that was. There's a cot there, and there's somebody in a sleeping bag asleep. Be a little cool for that. I used to come down here and go swimming when I was young. Let's see if I see any fish in there. This is, I think this is Sugar Creek, is what this is. I didn't even pay attention if the sign said there or not, but there's Sugar Creek down here and Mike's Creek. Yeah, it don't say down in here. stand up here. It's kind of nice to stand up once in a while. Got a red squirrel. See where some ATVs have been doing donuts there in the road. Which, doing that in the gravel road, it actually does dig little ruts in the gravel road and makes it just, stuff like that irritates people. And if it's something that we do that irritates people, we shouldn't do it. It puts ATV riders in a bad light by doing stuff like that. Motorcyclists and ATVers going around doing donuts in the middle of the dirt road, and people see it that don't ride and they don't understand, and it just makes it look bad. Oh, that sun feels good. Oh, the chipmunk ran right out there and I almost got him. Ground squirrel. Them little things are thick. I got strawberries at my house and they come out there and they eat the green strawberries before they have a chance to get red. And it's kind of hard to keep them out of unless I could put a wire cage around it. It'd have to be and it'd have to have a top on it, or they just get in there anyway. This road here I'm on, it comes out at Powell, Missouri. You can look that up. Home of the Albert E. Brumley. Made the gospel songbooks and a lot of hymns, wrote songs. He wrote I'll Fly Away, that song. And this is where we're at now, we're at Powell. And that building right there is the Albert E. Brumley. Where the songbooks come from. It's actually the ones we use in our church. I don't know what them old houses was over there, but right here, see, Albert E. Brumley. Music publishers. But this is Powell. Go down this way is a camping place. We've camped here a few times years ago. We haven't been here in a while. We actually prefer going to Roaring River and Table Rock Lake to camp instead of down here. It's not bad down here, but they sure do a lot of hell raising and stuff compared to Roaring River is so peaceful to camp at. But you can rent canoes and rent spots. There's some of the campgrounds there. It's not a bad place. And they may have changed it too since I've been down there, because it's been several years since I've been down here. But this is called Creekside Campground. There's actually some people already camping, looks like. It has really changed as far as the way it has washed out. It has really washed out all that. It looks a lot different than it used to. You're pretty much camping on a gravel bar, it looks like. This is where I'm going to turn around and then go back up to the Flag Springs area and through that way. So let's see if I see any fish in here first. See a lot of moss. Be interesting to see how that wavy, the moss is waving. See how it turns out on the video. Maybe it'll be good advertisement for drift cameras. But I don't see any fish. Okay. That was part 3 of my video, so now I'll see you in part 4. Stop this one here. And I'll start it back. I'll see you in the next video.